Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to make it be known that I'll be sharing my time today with the member of Halton, the member of Newmarket Aurora, and the member for Glengarry Prescott Russell. Mr. Speaker, we all know that fighting climate change is a collective action problem. It has been recognized for years at the international level that deep cuts in global emissions are required to prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system. The environmental impact of our economic actions needs to be properly accounted for and reflected in the production process. I am proud of Ontario's leadership in the fight against climate change and the move towards a low-carbon economy. Electricity and heat generation, or stationary energy as it's known, is the largest source of Canada's greenhouse gas emissions, making up nearly half at 46%. Recognizing this, Ontario took a bold step to completely eliminate smog-producing coal as an energy source. This has been the single largest climate action change in North America, and it has resulted in cleaner air for Ontarians and a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions to historically low levels. This action is the equivalent of taking the emissions of approximately 7 million cars off our roads and saving $4 billion in annual healthcare and environmental costs, and preventing 668 premature deaths per year. The recent landmark Paris Agreement means that economies everywhere are now scrambling to catch up with us. As other jurisdictions work to eliminate their coal dependence and look at the renewable technologies Ontario businesses are pioneering, we are taking the next steps by introducing a cap-and-trade program that will reduce greenhouse gas pollution and foster a more innovative and dynamic economy. Simply put, a green, low-carbon economy is the future, and we need to act to take strategic and innovative actions and continue to lead the process.
Yes,
in the past few years, there has been a significant adoption of carbon pricing in other jurisdictions. According to the World Bank's 2015 State and Trends of Carbon Pricing report, approximately 40 nations and 23 other jurisdictions have now implemented or scheduled prices on carbon. These systems cover 12% of annual greenhouse gas emissions, a threefold increase over the past decades, and have a value of just under $50 billion US in 2015. $34 billion of which is from emissions trading systems. Recent major entrants include Korea's cap-and-trade program, which entered into force in January 1st, 2016. That's right, folks, Korea. China, the world's fastest-growing major economy, recently announced it will implement a national cap-and-trade program in 2017, building off of the 7 regional pilot programs that have been operating since 2013 and 14.
China, too.
Closer to home, Manitoba has announced its intention to implement a cap-and-trade program and link it with Ontario, Quebec, and California under the Western Climate Initiative. I want to emphasize that every jurisdiction that has introduced carbon pricing has seen economic growth. During the past 2 years, California's overall economic growth was higher than the national average, and the state's green economy grew even faster. California added 491,000 jobs, which was a 3.3% growth compared to the national average growth rate of 2.5%.
That's wonderful.
Overall, California's economy produced approximately 6.6% less greenhouse gas emissions for every dollar of GDP in 2013. Mr. Speaker, inaction on climate change is not an option. The costs are far too great. We have already seen an increase in extreme weather incidents which have devastating impacts for individuals and our economy as a whole. Without immediate action, we can expect that insurance and repair costs will only increase with the degradation of our environment. Mr. Speaker, we need a long-term framework for climate action, and Bill 172 will do just that. Every dollar from the Cap and Trade program, estimated initially at $1.9 billion, will be invested in green projects and programs such as alternative energy, conservation, and transit infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, I am so proud to say that my community of Kingston and the Islands recognizes the need for opportunities for a low-carbon economy. The City of Kingston has committed to becoming the most sustainable city in Canada, and with the help of our local partners such as Utility Kingston, Sustainable Kingston, and Switch, we are well on our way. The Minister of Energy was just in Kingston yesterday to recognize the community as a lead in conservation. There are so many initiatives already underway, such as the Kingston Community Energy Plan project and the Green Economy Kingston, to help residents, businesses, and our local economy reduce costs, grow our competitive advantage through sustainability, and build on the success of the many clean energy opportunities in place in our community. Mr. Speaker, I am happy to support Bill 172 for the sake of our environment, our economy, and the future of our children and grandchildren. Merci beaucoup, Miguel. Well done.